I forgot all this. Oh, right, there we go. Okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the XWF podcast. I'm Cunt.
And I'm Cock.
And we're taking over!
Never turn your back on the cunt pack.
Another one for the good guys.
I used to tell kids to eat their Ned vitamins. Oh.
Oh, dear. Okay, and welcome to the XWF podcast, aka Cunt and Cook in the Morning. Return, the Revengeance.
Live from the historic XWF headquarters broom closets. It is Cunt and Cuck Rising Revenge.
Oh. Standing here, I realize.
This is a mess. This is a horrible idea.
Mate, it wouldn't be Cunt and Cook if we didn't go off the rails like 1 second into it, so it's fine. We're good.
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
Just to get the idea going, this is technically an XWF podcast, but it's just going to be me and Ned tonight. We're just going to take it easy, have a nice chill time, and go over weekend warfare and completely ignore Anarchy like we usually do anyway. Just so we can get to the March Madness card, so we can have a better show the next time as well.
Bingo. I do want to acknowledge Anarchy for one reason, though.
Oh, what's that?
I saw what you did, Lane. I saw it, and I'm not forgiving you. Yeah, I don't care.
Ned's really mad about the no more feet matches sign.
I know. I was ready for some fucking feet, baby.
There was that steel toe. Well, no, we're not talking about Anarchy. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, fuck that. We're not even talking about it in jest.
No. We're angry.
We're mad. There's gonna be no more barefoot matches. We're not even gonna pretend like it exists. You know where barefoot matches belong? Weekend warfare.
Yeah, baby. Okay, Ned, do you want to run us down the card while I roll a cigarette?
Sure. So, live from Sun Bowl Stadium, El Paso, Texas. It is Wednesday Warfare for March 11th, 2023. Our opening match, Jackie O'Lantern versus Barty Green and Bobby Bourbon in a standard triple threat. And then our first of 4 Elite 8 matches of the night, J Omega versus Sydney Gray, followed by Ned K versus Dionysus, another Elite 8 tournament match. Then a tag team title match between the honorable mentions Vagabond and Clyde Rover versus the hashtag Cool Kids, Sarah Lachlan and Angie Vaughn. Then back to Elite 8 with Thaddeus Duke versus Noah Jackson, and then Peter Vaughn versus Ryan Keto. And our main event for the evening, a television title bout between Dolly Waters and Jimmy Mist, your current reigning and defending champion.
Wow, that was a lot of energy. I like that.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, it's a contract in the morning. I have some.
That was way better than fucking Mav's squeaky ass teenager voice running us through it. Fucking Bolton doing his best fucking Morty impression. Like, oh jeez, Vinny.
Oh jeez. Dolly Waters versus Jimmy Mist is gonna be a swell time. You know, like everybody thinks I'm tired recording the XWF podcast, and it's because we do it at night. It's not in the morning.
It's true. We are morning people. You're very right about that.
We're big morning people. We wake up at 4:30 every morning, and there's no kayfabe. We actually record a real radio show.
Yeah, it's completely true. Okay. Opening up.
Future,
Shut up. What?
future gamer who can't be bothered. Put a clip of Jonathan Frakes going, "It's true."
It's fact. It happened.
Like
It's true.
from
It's all true.
Back to Future. It's all true.
Have you seen that fucking the compilation clip of Jonathan Frakes where he's just basically telling you you're wrong for 8 minutes straight?
No, it never happened.
It never happened. We made it up. It was a falsehood. We pulled the wool over your eyes. Right, fuck you, Frakes. Like, get a grip, lad.
One of my favorite jokes is like, or I should say, one of my favorite comments is somebody was like, "Look at the lengths he goes to not call Florida a state," because he said a similar event happened in the Florida area, and it's like, what are you doing, John? Come on, Will.
Oh, okay. Wednesday Night Warfare from El Paso. The Sunshine State. I don't know, whatever.
Sunshine State.
What's Texas?
The Lone
Oh, okay. What's it called a Lone Star State? Is it just one star in the sky?
No, because yeah, it's so polluted that when you look up, you can only see the sun.
Oh, okay.
It's because we were our own republic at once.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, because we were our own like individual fucking thing, we're the Lone Star State because every star of the United States makes up a state.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. Thank you for joining to the history portion of Cunt and Cook in the morning. I didn't know that. That's actually pretty interesting. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Anyway, Wednesday Night Warfare. It opens up in probably the best way ever. I want Isaiah King to do this every single show from now on because he did such a fucking incredible job. But yeah, he comes in riding a bike in a cool trench coat, and he turns to the camera and says, "Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Weekend Warfare, the Elite Eight." And that's it. And he just intros the show for us. We don't need to do work. Isaiah King is here. Fucking great. Love that.
He's your MC for the evening.
Yeah. No, I like. I know King hasn't had a match in a while, but he's been putting in segments after segments, and he just keeps doing them. And I love every single one of them he does. Like, I'm really happy with his work.
Absolutely. I agree with you there. Obviously, I have history with Isaiah King, so I think he's a great writer. I'm very excited to see where he goes next with
Same.
with these segments and with his overall story.
Same. Yeah, really excited, because I love King. He's fucking amazing. Anyway, I'm going to go from King introing the show to our opening bout. Jackie O'Lantern versus Barney Green versus Bobby Bourbon in a triple threat match. Opens up pretty quickly, a lot of fucking action straight off the bell. Bourbon seems to get the upper hand in the match pretty early on. Green is looking a bit weaker. Jackie's trying to hold her own. So Jackie has Green in a submission and trying to force him to quit, basically telling the ref, fucking, he's gonna quit. Fucking ring that goddamn bell, you son of a bitch. Foul sail about from this Jackie O'Lantern. But then Bourbon breaks the hold by stamping on Jackie's back. Jackie fights back to her feet, but Bobby turns, launching Jackie quickly over the top rope. Green, seeing this, starts to get up as if to thank Bourbon, but Bourbon immediately turns to him and gives him a kick before lifting Green up and delivering the Bobby Bomb. Bobby makes the pin, looking outside the ring as the count is made, and it's a 1-2. Jackie desperately slides back into the ring, diving forward, but barely manages. Oh, wait, well, doesn't, yeah, just barely misses the 3 count, so it's a bit late, and Bobby Bourbon is the winner.
What did you think of this match and this matchup as a whole? Like these three together?
Personally, how Bobby's been as of late, I think he is a step above the opener. Not to put shame on Jackie or Barney. I love Barney Green. I think Jackie is one of the most fun characters I've seen. But yeah, it definitely seemed a bit more one-sided with how great Bourbon's been as of late.
That's fair. I do think it's fun to give these kinds of characters a shot at Bobby, especially after like two very different sides of the Bourbon character, the Bourbon experience, if you will. Where he came very close to potentially having a say in this tournament for a longer amount of time, but to get bumped off by J Omega, and then to upset Mark Flynn,
Yeah.
a guy who has been killing it like mad. Speaking of,
Yes.
after the match, our very own Cherry Pepsi coming out dude.
What an intro.
What an intro, what a title. I do want to say on an aside, I fucking love the fact that goddamn Mark Flynn comes out to Eleanor Rigby and also Saint Pepsi.
Yeah. He's he's got a wide spectrum, hasn't he?
The Beatles and Saint Pepsi. What a combination.
Yeah.
Born in my fucking dreams.
Ugh.
Anyway, according to Pip Collins, the greatest Universal Champion of all time.
Heather says Chris Jordan needs a fact checking.
That is not inaccurate.
Yeah.
Mark Flynn comes out to confront Bobby, and the crowd is very much in support of Bobby and reminds Flynn how that last match between these two went. So Mark, as always, doesn't think very highly of the crowd, talks shit, talks about how nobody's ever going to achieve anything. He's the best Universal Champion. He's still your Universal Champion, which is not incorrect. And Bobby gets to share some words with him, but before he really starts laying into him, he says something that Mark Flynn has been deserving for a goddamn while. Shut up.
Yeah.
And,
Shut up.
oh my God. Shut up! And because this is the Star Trek podcast, apparently, have William Riker, as in, shut your mouth and stop talking. So I got TNG on the brain.
Oh.
Anyway,
When do we not?
that you can't do that to me. I'll go too off the rails. So Bobby cuts a pretty devastating promo. Mark tries to cut in, but gets reminded what he fucking said. And then Theo Price comes out, accused of witchcraft initially.
Yes, because he just shows up. Beams in, almost.
Didn't I? So Theo acknowledges that they have some unfinished business and sets the match in place. Bobby gets the choice of stipulation. And the stipulation for your main event of March Madness, your Universal title, will be Mark Flynn defending against Bobby Bourbon in a mini golf Masters mayhem.
Oh, shit. Ah.
And of course, the segment ends with Flynn getting thrown out of the ring and Theo saying that really is the optimal path out of it.
Yeah, and he cried like, oh!
Oh! It's like hot fires in that ring.
Oh my God. Devastating burn from the usually reserved and utterly neutral Theo Price.
Utterly neutral.
Oh, fantastic. So yeah, mini golf mayhem out of March Madness.
Oh, so many M's.
I know. Do you know, I don't know if Bobby just decided, do you know what, mini golf is fun, let's do that, or whether the seed was planted in the chess match, because Pip did mention that there has been a golf match at in a Warfare years back.
So to break kayfabe a little bit, on our OOC show. Yeah. I was playing fucking Nintendo Switch Online with Bobby the night before the results came out.
Okay.
And we were playing like some stupid baseball game on there. It's actually a lot of fun. But
is it Super Mega Baseball too?
Yeah, it's like Super Mega Baseball 1000 or whatever the fuck.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, I was like, hey, have you ever played Kirby's Dream Course? I was like, no, I haven't. And I'm like, yeah, it's like mini golf, but with Kirby.
Yeah, it's great.
And he was like, oh, I think it's more like pool. And I keep calling it mini golf that whole fucking night. And he just had to not tell me. He just had to like not let it slip.
Oh, that's great. That's awesome. I wish that was in character.
Sorry, buddy. Kayfabe's getting preserved. You jabroni, Ned Marks. Pushes you over, tips water, tips fedora.
Okay.
The next match.
Yes.
Because you did the first one, I'll do this one.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah. So, the aforementioned J Omega faces the current Anarchy heavyweight champion, Sydney Gray. I think this was an exciting matchup for anybody, just because J Omega, obviously coming back after a good amount of time, has quite a bit of momentum behind him. On that same note, Sydney Gray took out some heavy hitters to get here, just to get to the Elite Eight. Well, the bell rings, they come out of their corners, and then they meet in the middle, and already they start arguing. And this had to do with some greater detail that has gone over in the role plays for this match, which I highly recommend you go read.
Oh yeah, totally. Like I'm marked for both of these people at the moment in time. J Omega has made one of the most interesting universes I've seen in e-fedding as a whole, and Sydney Gray sells matches like there's no tomorrow. Like she can make money off selling a match. Like, it's incredible.
Oh yeah, like Sydney Gray sells a match like a fucking professional.
Yeah.
And then I would actually read a J Omega novel.
Yeah, same, totally. Like, he made a character development RP just for the fun of it, and I was reading it, and I was like, more please. Like, these are really good stories. Like, they're great stories.
Let me buy it. So they start trading some blows. Why can't I speak? Going back and forth. And there's some animosity here because J Omega obviously is J Omega has something to lose here, or rather has already lost something, if I'm correct. A wristwatch or some sort of wrist gadget. Remind me.
I can't remember. It's some kind of futuristic tech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some sort of star tech.
Yeah. Star tech. Really?
It is a cunt and cock. It wouldn't be complete without me making an ass of myself. So they continue a little bit. Gray pulls Omega up, just releasing some of her like anger involving her real life situations, which I relate to very earnestly. Just taking out some frustration of IRL frustration on a dude that you know in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Grabs him by the head, tries to lift him up for a brain buster, but Omega reverses it midair, landing a float over DDT variation. So the momentum is shifted in his behavior. He ends up making a pin attempt after a scrapbuster slam. Gets the 2 count. She kicks out. Omega gets up, trying to drag her into place. He's planning something big. He looks towards the top rope, tries to take her there, gets stopped midway. He's forced to release her. Gray now has the momentum. Now, the referee's not very happy with her because she raked Omega's eyes. But, you know, she's a little bit of a Wile E. Coyote kind of person. So I don't think she minds too much.
Mm.
So, after a swinging neck breaker, Omega's down. Referee moves into position, but Gray isn't about to stop this onslaught of offense yet. What? Yes, the band, yet the state of time. Can you tell that Ned didn't do his vocalizing exercises or had a conversation prior to recording this podcast with how fucking rubber-mouthed he is?
I've been at work for 10 hours too, so yeah, I'm not great either. Wait, no, it's the morning. Oh. Sure, never mind. I work nights.
We don't work nights, baby! So, Sydney gets the Sid knee drop right onto Omega.
Great name.
It is pretty amazing. Omega tries to roll aside. Gray makes the pin attempt. 1, 2, kick down. So we have a bit more, just more offense. They continue to just ramp it up. Like backbreaker. Another pin attempt from Omega. And another kick out from Gray. So, at this point in the match, they've given up a ton. And given a ton for it. Omega goes for the over-the-top, but Gray uses the ref as a human shield.
Dastardly.
And by human shield, by human shield, I mean more of a human branch.
What?
Which is to say she yanks herself out of the way.
Okay, there we go.
But she does shield herself from the attack.
A human repel, whatever you want to say.
A human grappling hook.
Ah, there we go.
A human hook shot.
There we go. Oh, beautiful.
Honestly, human hook shot should be Peter Vaughn's new gimmick.
Oh, I think that's what's his name? Homer, the humanoid sapiens finisher.
Fucking hope so. Omega's unable to reverse the momentum in time, hits the mat, rolls, tries to get out of it, but no. Gray is focused, hits the reality check. And with Sydney now in this key part of the match, locks him into the most devastating move, the cradle robber. Which is not a surprise roll-up, but might as well be. Because she gets the 1, 2, and 3 Sydney Gray on.
Oh. Good on Sydney Gray.
Woo.
I didn't want either of these people to lose. It's sad to see J Omega lose, but I'm happy to see Sydney Gray win. So, yeah, I'm very conflicted.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way because, you know, in a selfish way, I am a part of the tournament. J Omega is someone I feel like Ned has a better chance against than a Sydney Gray.
Wow,
but also because... How rude. But Sydney Gray is like a fantastic character, and so is J Omega.
Yeah.
J Omega, I would pay that man money
I 100%, like, legit. I'm not joking when I say I do want to read a book of his universe. It's fucking great.
Like even if it wasn't about J Omega, it was just about like an ancillary character
Yeah.
in the Omega.
Yeah.
I would.
The Omegaverse. I like that.
Now,
Give me the Silmarillion of Omegaverse. That's what I want.
yo, like 2,000 years ago, get the setup.
Yeah, give me that.
Fuck,
Give me that shit.
I would pay $40 for that.
I would eat that up.
J Omega, write this book and sell it for $40. I'm buying it, baby.
Same, dude. 100%. Okay. And after the match, I'll take all. I'll handle this promo. It's okay, dude. Don't you worry. You sit back, relax.
Thank you. Please.
So, after the match, Sydney Gray's body was beaten and battered after a war with J Omega. She poured a great deal of her considerable anger into the match, and now does barely anything left. All she wanted to do was crawl into the shower, curl into a tiny ball while the scalding hot water washed over her. And then bam, 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 Bigelow.
Oh no!
J Omega shows up saying some bullshit about how Sydney stole his tech, which Sydney has no idea about. And then there's a Chinese guy doing some stereotypical Chinese things, but J Omega says you're not even Asian. So, yeah. Sydney Gray said she never trashed J Omega's room. She doesn't give a shit about his tech. All she wants is her title back that Tommy Wish stole, and that these two nerds could tell her where they'd be stashing it, as well as the dumb bracelet that Omega got stolen. And it turns out, in the promo, in Sydney Gray's promo, these two nerds that look like the Mandalorian or some freak aren't human at all. They're aliens, that dastardly, sneaky assholes who have been trying to steal shit. And it looks like Sydney Gray and J Omegas have no other way to deal with this problem than to team up and try and solve it together, which is by far the best thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Next match, another Elite 8 match. You Know My Name by Chris Cornell, please. Alright, so that's the James Bond song, right?
Yeah, it is.
Do you, in your head, on the Extron, do you have Ned Kay doing the James Bond intro? You know what's down the barrel of a gun?
I don't imagine him with a gun, but I imagine a spotlight going over him. Like, I imagine it first being like a reverse spotlight situation where it's all white and then a black dot covering him, and then it reverses.
Okay, my idea's better.
Colors. Yeah, it's true. He should just point a gun and shoot you.
Yeah, that was great. Right, if Ned Kay came into the ring second and he does his intro and he actually just shoots the guy in the ring, he's man to face.
Just kill them, and then they bleed from the eyes.
Yeah,
like they covers their eyes.
It's like Ned Kay. Oh god! And then Leaving Dionysus by XWF O's the best joke I've ever made in my life. Blaze. Yeah.
I stand by the.
Sorry, what?
I stand by the fact that it should be Cult of Dionysus by fucking what is it? The Orion Experiment or something like that? The Orion Experiment. It's a goofy song.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I think you might have showed me it. You may have shown me it.
I don't think I have.
I think you have. You've posted a lot of shit to me.
I'm so sorry.
It's fine. I like it, but it's true. We've posted a lot of shit to each other.
Bunk butt.
They say time heals all wounds. Then.
She does Ned does the James Bond intro and then does her little.
Oh, fantastic. Okay,
Yeah.
So, Ned Gay versus Dionysus, a fucking fantastic match. Everyone thought this was very, very even all the way through, and it shows in the match. Like, a lot of back and forth. It's actually quite a while until a first pin attempt is even made by Ned K, which garners a kick out at 2. And the two just keep going and going, but like Ned keeps looking for that ego crusher, but Dionysus is too slippery and too good, getting an STL backbreaker in on Ned, but doesn't go for the pin just yet. The Lord of Iron wipes off the following blood off his temple because fucking Ned opened him up like a cunt. Fucking goozled him. And tries to pick Ned up to try and end things, but Ned responds with a bicycle kick. With a bicycle kick, but Heather says notorious knee, so I think she just got confused. Oh wait, no, it's a bicycle knee, and then okay, right, okay, I got confused. Never mind then. So yeah, gets a bicycle knee in. Dionysus doesn't fall. He staggers back to cut his face, opening further, just as groggy, but not faltering for a second. Ned's face is that of desperation, but he brings himself to run for it. Going off the ropes now, one more time. Dionysus slips behind, waistlock, wrist control. Dionysus now looking to end it with the grapevine. It turns Ned around, going for the Rainmaker, but now it's Ned's turn to slip underneath. Ned holds onto the wrist now as he's behind Dionysus, and the Lord of the Vine is stunned. Ned whips him around, ripcord, notorious knee. Awesome. And yeah, that's fucking sick as fuck. Dionysus falls. Ned collapses, unable to stand properly after the pain. His back is in, and he falls on top of a fallen Dionysus. And the ref covers, getting the 1, 2, and the 3.
Okay.
Fucking great match. Like, like fucking all out, fucking beautiful control. Like a 5-star New Japan match.
Honestly, yeah. The only thing I might change is giving Dionysus a near fall.
You would add that, yeah.
Yeah. That might be the only thing where I'm like, that might have been a little nicer for the character, but I love how he was presented. I love how you mentioned he's slippery. He's incredibly good, incredibly talented. But also, as the match goes over, he's incredibly strong.
Yes.
Which is one of the things that makes it very difficult for Ned. And really good match. Read it.
Yeah, great match. This is I could tell just from how it's written because I only know one other person that does the 1-2 like that, and that's Mav. And I love how he does the counts on this. I've actually stolen it as well, and I think I want to kind of make it standard moving forward. So yeah, Maverick wrote a great match here. I'm really happy with this.
Yeah. Much love to the man, the myth, the Maverick.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, next, do you want to take the next match? It has one of your favourite people in it.
It does. It has one of my favorite people, Vagabond.
Yeah. I was going to say Clyde Rover.
So the honorable mentions, Vagabond and Clyde Rover against the Cool Kids, Sarah Laughlin, and Angie Vaughn.
Everything is awesome from the Lego Movie players.
Whose idea was that?
That has to be Angie's, like 100%.
You're not wrong.
No, because it's in the fucking like entrance. Angie's a jumpy, happy self interacting fans and such. Or Sarah is a cunt and doesn't fucking move her face.
To Elsa for Angie's Anna.
Oh, that's great.
That is dated enough to be a Ned K reference. Oh. We return from commercial. The tag team title match is about to start. But wait, there's a bunch of people in the ring for some reason. A ton of people are out there. I have to read this whole fucking sentence because I'm not ready for it. I'm not ready to internalize it, and I want all of you to take it with you. Mean Jolene mouthing off to Sarah for the hashtag Jolene is a dumb hoe comment she made recently. Check. Like the referee is looking for all of these things.
Yeah. Oh,
And,
yeah.
yeah, he should be there.
That's a great joke. Oh, that's a awesome line. That's really cool. I love that.
It's pretty great. It's a pretty great line.
Jolene kicking the referee in the nuts for getting between her and Sarah. Checkmate.
Yeah, hey, this is the big thing. You and I both know that you gotta be wearing a strap. You gotta be wearing.
You need to do it. It happens way more often than you think.
Mm-hmm. This is our PSA. You know, Cunt and Cuck in the Morning. We take over podcasts, and we remind you to wear an athletic cup.
Mm-hmm.
The third to see you in Cunt and Cuck in the Morning is Cunt and Cup.
Oh, that's so dumb.
I derailed my own train of thought.
I'm gonna come on. We need to get through all this.
Match starts. Bell rings. Check. So immediately, a ton of knees, palm strikes, elbow jabs. Angie forces Vagabond into a neutral corner, stumbling back. The Vonnemus one is a real go-getter in this tag title scene and in this tag title match. So Angie catering to the fans a bit. Not as focused as you would want her to be. And she pays for it a bit as Vagabond is able to tag in Rover. And Rover makes his way over. That is the stupidest thing that I've said in 10 seconds.
I completely agree.
Thank you. So Rover is able to be a little quicker and a little more powerful. As Sarah also gets tagged in, we get a bit from them as well. The buff dude lifts Lachlan as he climbs to his feet. He's got her in the air, hanging off her arm, which I don't understand the mechanics of that, but that sounds very funny. Oh, wait, my bad. Lachlan using her arms and legs to hyper extend Rover's arm.
Oh.
So Sarah Lachlan is able to fit across the entire arm's length of Rover.
That is a big guy.
That's a huge guy.
That's
Holy
a big man.
That is a big man.
Lachlan is short on the short side. She's like 5'6", I think. Maybe.
I know, but like my arm isn't 5'6".
Yeah, true. That man is gigantic. God damn. Get him. Vince McMahon's watching this like, oh, give me him. I need to put him against Omos.
You think Vince McMahon is bad about it? Think about Billy Corgan. So anyway,
the world is a vampire.
So Lachlan's still working the arm. Vagabond tags himself in while Rover is distracted, but close enough. Angie takes a step back to let Vagabond enter the ring, obviously trying to provide the hero, the face to Lachlan's more nebulous tweener.
No, she's a face.
Lachlan's a face? You would say so?
Face. I mean, she definitely used to say she was one. I don't know about anymore. But yeah, that could have just been a troll, to be honest.
So Two Faces, our Two Faces, the cool kids, are able to get a bit more of the momentum in this match. Your tag champions have the focus, they have the control, even though Rover is obviously a fucking mountain of a man. He's still upset about how Sarah treated him earlier, hyperextending the arm, hurting him in that way. He rolls out of the ring to go chase her. Vagabond rolls Vaughn onto her back, hooks a leg for a 2 count. Half of the audience is cheering, "Let's go, Angie." The other half, "We want them," which We want them as a chant. That's beautiful. Whoever came up with it, I love you.
Yeah.
Sarah recovering from a power bond. Jolene is back, coming with a garden hose. In reference to the earlier comment, the referee goes to focus on that. Jolene goes for a swing. Sarah ducks, and the hoe hits the ref.
No.
And of course, I'm talking to a weapon. I'm not talking about Jolene.
Yeah, Jolene's a respectable lady. We should talk about like that.
Yeah, security comes down, and in the insanity, the winners of this match via DQ are your champions, the Cool Kids, Sarah Loughlin and Angie Vaughn. They put up a good fight, but they did win because of a hoe.
That is true. I do like, there's a very small comment that Vagabond gives Angie a quick handshake and congratulates her. Like, what a nice guy. What a lovely guy. Fuck you, Lachlan. Like, you know, nothing for Lachlan, but Angie gets a handshake because Angie is one of the best faces in the world.
Oh, like, this was a lovely match.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the tag team psychology. I'm bad at explaining it. I'm bad at reading this style of match, especially. But I think it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was good. It was a lot of story like put into it. Vagabond wrote this match, and because of course, yes, he did. So of course he knew what was going on in the IPs, and he definitely played on them quite a lot. And did a good job. I think he represented the characters very, very well.
I would highly agree.
Yeah. Okay, next match, Lionheart by NKWC plays, awesome, and then. Yep, then Sitcom plays, and then it is a very short match because somebody ghosted us, and we still haven't received the match. So, Noah versus Fad, little bit of back and forth at the start, but we see the upper hand go in where the sick cunt, oh sorry, Noah goes into full sick cunt mode as he lands a series of devastating moves in rapid succession, such as the Soul Sick Kick, King Hit, and then finally Down Thunder, followed by a pin for a 3 count, and Noah advances.
Down Thunder is an amazing fucking finisher name.
Thank you. I really like King Hit as well. Do you know what a King Hit is, or was in Australia?
No, I don't.
Oh,
Please
okay.
explain.
So the King Hit, Noah Jack Smith, it's a Superman punch to the back of the head. This is a real thing that happened in Australia, and it's actually pretty nasty. A King Hit, or a coward punch, is when some prick just punches someone as hard as they can in the back of the head without them knowing.
Oh my god! And this was a problem.
This was a thing that happened, yeah. And somebody apparently died from it. So it got made illegal. Like, if you coward punch someone now in Australia, you get fucking a prison sentence from it.
You probably should. Anyway. The heir apparent, Isaiah King, comes into the match. Like, he flashes on the screen before Peter Vaughn. This time it's different, by Evans Blue. And then followed up by Soldier Dream by Route 5. Peter Vaughn versus Ryan Keto. Now, this was a pretty huge match.
Yes.
CCT versus Saga. Runner-up of last year's March Madness. And both former Universal champions. Both people who have lost to Mark Flynn fairly recently, if I remember correctly.
I think so, yes. Actually, well, I think I'm all right. I'm not great with stuff going on outside the XWF, but I think Peter Vaughn actually beat Matt Flynn very recently on World Series of Wrestling.
So he did, but then he lost his Universal title shot in the XWF against Mark Flynn.
Yes, yeah. You are correct about that.
They had the optimal. They had the Nickelodeon match.
Yes, yeah, the Optimal Path match, of course, yeah. That was one of it was more Legend of the Hidden Temple, that one. Yeah.
You're so the crowd is big on this match. A lot of running the ropes, a lot of strikes. These are two heavy strikers at their heart. Obviously, Peter Vaughn, a bit more of a high flyer.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing that Ryan Keto hasn't kept up with. Our first cover in the match comes from Keto himself as he climbs the steps, scales the turnbuckle, and nails a pinpoint flying elbow and transitions into it out of it. I think that spot kicks ass, frankly. That's a cool spot. But a kick out of 2. So after a little more striking, Keto trying to keep control after such a heavy spot, Peter Vaughn is able to get free, and he is not happy. In the words of the Macho Man, he is not happy with Keto's decision. And this is the big
boiling point.
This is the big dichotomy of this match, really. Keto is spirited and frustrated and principled, but Vaughn is determined and focused in a different way, in a very genuine and emotional prospect. You can tell just through how he's fighting here that he's drawing on his own feelings of the matter. Richard Wang, the poor referee, gets some abuse both verbally and physically. And I feel the need to remind everyone how horrible it is and that you should never dick with Dick Wang.
Well, Dick Wang tends to dick you over, though. That's the issue. He takes a heavy amount of bribes, Dick Wang.
That's true. He's definitely not my ideal referee, because my ideal referee is, of course, the Fortnite character. Another near fall 2.5, but this time Peter Vaughn gets the near fall. We get a huge combination, a huge sequence. Kick to the thigh, mean right hook, straight left, closed forearm, left hook, lightning plasma, brutal uppercut. Vaughn's thrown into the air by the final punch, crashes onto the mat. Ryan Keto drops quickly for a cover. Ref slides in. 1, 2, 3, but not quite. He gets a fingertip on the ropes at 2.9. A fingertip. That is what separates these men right now from going on in the March Madness tournament. Keto is beside himself. He tries to get back into things, sync with the crowd. But Peter Vaughn is forcing himself up. He's lifting himself up with the ropes. Lightning bolts, but it's countered. Vaughn reaches forward, gets a hand on the extended fist of Ryan Keto, ripcord DDT, the key holder. Both men lay on the canvas. They're laid out. They have to start reaching up, digging deep. Peter Vaughn flies through the air with a shooting star leg drop after he's recovered. Keto rolls out of the way, lands hard on his fucking tailbone. I don't know if you've ever fallen on that, folks. It's not fun. Gator, tell us about falling on your ass.
Oh man, I've done it so many times in my life. I've lost all meaning. It's just numb at this point.
Oh my god. Well, Ryan runs up, goes for a corner drop kick. Vaughn rolls early. Keto has just enough time to save himself. Lands 2 feet on the second turnbuckle, but Vaughn sneaks in from behind, quickly rolls him up into an O'Connor roll. The most devastating move in all of sports entertainment. But this time, he's grabbing some tights for the 1, the 2, and the 3, and Peter Vaughn lies, cheats, steals his way into the Final Four.
Oh, what did you think of the match?
I loved it.
Good.
I thought it was all the hype and a little bit more.
Oh, thank you. I wrote this one.
What do you think of it?
I'm happy with it. I think it I was struggling of the ending. I was like, I know, like, oh, this needed to have a main event feel to it. I know this was going to be the biggest match of the night by far. And I was like, oh, yeah, I want, like, some close falls. I want a lot of drama. I want, like, a lot of, like, the story going into it. And I think, Vaughn winning by cheating is probably the best ending for Vaughn anyway, really. Like, you can get a lot of storyline out of that. Next match.
Kate, would you be a deer
Yes,
and
dear.
go over this? Did you just say yes, dear?
Yeah?
Oh my God! it's getting hot in the broom closet. We should get Peter Vaughn in here.
Spritz us a bit.
Would you go through our main event of the evening?
I would be mediocre too. It is the Gypsy Queen, Dolly Waters, versus the Star Trek Voyager of the XWF, Jenny Mist, in a Buried Alive match.
Shit! Oh, I don't think Chris is ever gonna come home after that jab. Holy shit!
Oh my God, I'm reading this now. Sorry, Jenny does the fucking Royal Rumble WrestleMania spot where she points at the WrestleMania sign.
She points at March Madness.
Jenny smirks and points up to the stage where the burial plot waits, and the fans go wild. Cool.
I can point this high.
So, yeah, the match starts off in a bit odd fashion, really, because it's not really a brawl. It's more of a Joey Styles can't fight. Some open palm slaps, like hockey brawl punches, all that shit. They are just absolutely kicking the shit out of each other in the ring. Yeah, and it's just, honestly, it's more or less even all the way through. So, like, everyone gets a shit in. So we're just going to skip way ahead. So, after making their way to the burial plot, they get on top of the Extron sign somehow. Like, Jenny, what is it? Dolly grabs Jenny's arm and hops, grabbing her own head scissors, then spins, leading Jenny off the Extron as Dolly grabs the top of the structure, supporting it with her hands. Jenny grabs a hold of the structure too, countering the head scissors takedown. Both Jenny and Dolly are dangling in front of the top of the Extron, 50 feet high, as dozens of XWF officials swarm beneath them. Jenny, holding herself with her right hand, punches Dolly. Dolly, gripping her left, slugs Jenny. Jenny grabs a hold of Dolly's arm, wrings it, but Dolly keeps her arm moving and winds up with a handful of Jenny's hair. Both lock eyes, and Dolly grins as Jenny nods. Both women are wrenched from the top of the X-Ram and careen to the floor, where they completely wipe out the 20 or so XWF officials below. Fucking hell. That's big attitude error spot there. That's sick. But yeah, no, it's a huge spot, like fucking awesome spot. Love that shit. John, Dolly Watson, and Jenny may have killed each other. Asuka's Gold was there for some reason, along with the task force officials. He's fucking laid out. So he's dead. I'm gonna have to bring in fucking wait, oh, who's that? Atticus Gray, who's fucking Pike. I need to bring him in now.
Yo.
So they're both lying in a heap, sucking in wind, definitely injured. Officials are just dead. Fortnite ref is dead.
Oh. You Jenny Mist!
You blew it up!
Okay, continue.
Okay, so they finally managed to get back up and start trading blows with each other. God, this is cool. This is a good match. I really like this match. Fucking, yeah, they just go fucking head to toe, back to back. They bust each other open. Absolute fucking wild brawl while they're near the burial plot. Dolly reaches forward, and instead of pushing Jenny backwards, she instead grabs Jenny by the hair and violently yanks Jenny's head downward until it comes into contact with Dolly's knee. Dolly does for a second time, then a third time for good measure before delivering a well-placed kick to Jenny's midsection. Jenny bends over at the waist in obvious pain, which is all Dolly needs to put an end to the match. Dolly grabs Jenny and with what little strength she has left, tosses Jenny into the pit where the TV champion disappears. So she's down the grave. Dolly looks over at the big red button with an open palm, smashes the button as hard as she can. The machine lets out a loud horn sound before the bucket above the grave tips over and releases a few cubic yards worth of dirt, signaling the official end of the match. And your new TV champion by burying that bitch alive, Dolly Waters.
Dolly Waters buried the cunt who ate a dog treat. She ate it.
She ate a fucking dog treat.
She ate a fucking dog treat.
Fucking hell, can't she put a fucking curse on you?
Can you fucking believe that?
Oh shit!
What?
I'm about to say, I was like, oh, fucking tell. All right, so, just in case, I've been thinking about if I win, March Madness. Do you know what my crown is going to be if I do manage to win it?
What?
It's going to be one of those cowboy hats with all the corks dangling down.
Yo, King Cunt, King Cunt,
King Cunt. But yeah, and that signals in the warfare. We end on the bracket, and the final four is going to be Peter Vaughan, Sidney Gray, Ned Kay, and Noah Jackson.
Yeah. So should I quickly go through the March Madness card
Please do.
for the paper? Okay.
Also, yeah, we kind of just know so that. Congrats to Dolly Waters. Fucking yeah. Always love Dolly. Always love Dolly as a champ. So I'm happy to see it.
I'm glad she's a champ again. She was recently a tag champ, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. And I like Dolly as a champ. She's got a great story going on right now, and I don't know. When it comes to technical writers, I think she's one of the best in the Fed.
Oh, totally.
So
I completely agree with that.
I love seeing her succeed.
Yeah. The only thing I want in the world is to see Dolly Waters for the Universal Championship now.
Yes. Like, actually, absolutely, yes. I'm fucking here for it. All right. The time is now. Live from AT&T Stadium, March Madness 5 on March 26, 2023. Arlington, Texas. We are going to be giving you a card unlike any other. Starting off with our two Final Four matches. The opener, Peter Vaughan versus, you know him as the cunt to my cock, Noah Jackson. And following that, Sidney Gray versus yours truly, a tuckin' proud Ned Kay. After that, we've got Centurion versus Gina Van Zyl in a standard singles match, carrying on some bad blood they had in Anarchy. The Just This League, the Atomic Bat and the Blue Tango versus the Honorable Mentions, Vagabond and Clyde Rover in a tag team title contendership match. J Omega versus Isaiah King, holy shit, in a TV title contendership match.
That's going to be a great match.
Oh, it's going to be fucking amazing. Mad Dog Mark Wright versus Barney Green. And you know what? I'm totally here for it. Mark Wright already put out a promo.
Yeah,
and it kicks ass.
Yeah.
It kicks ass.
Matt Wright is probably one of the better writers we have who has just had a very bad run of luck recently. It's just a shame because, like, and a lot of people said it. He's like the first two matches were against two of the best we have with Ryan Keedo and Cyril Lachlan, and it just sucks for him because he's a really good writer. He's very talented.
And then he faced fucking Dionysus. It's like, oh shit. Man.
Yeah, like, dude, like, fuck me. Like, it just he's good enough as well to hang with him. Like, I do think that, but he just, if he gets used to the XWF style a bit more, then he could flourish, and I want to see that. I'm all here for him.
I'll agree. Next up, we've got a Anarchy Heavyweight Championship match Sydney Gray defending against human growth hormone, HGH. Then following it up with a tag team title match, a triple threat. The Cool Kids, Sarah Laughlin and Angie Vaughn, defending against Michael Graves and Kadrin Tiberius versus the Saga team up you were waiting to see, baby. Jason Path and Ryan Keto.
Only took 5 months.
Only took 2 years. Next up, we've got a television title match against your new TV champ, Dolly Waters, and the aforementioned Dionysus.
Yes. All here for this as well.
Oh, yeah. Dolly may name the stipulation in her first promo. After that, we've got an Extreme title match. John Black, friend of the podcast, versus another friend of the podcast, Goth.
Yes.
Then our final round of March Madness, Final Four winner 1 versus Final Four winner 2. And following that up is Mini Golf Masters Mayhem. Mark Flynn defends the Universal title versus Bobby Bourbon. You can't wait to fucking see it.
Oh, what a card. What a great card.
Oh, it's an amazing card.
This may be... I can't remember every single card we've ever made. This may be one of the best cards I've seen in a very long time.
It's really fucking solid.
It's
like, all the matches have a ton of build, have a ton of context. And then you just have, like, money matches.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Isaiah King versus Jay Omega?
Yeah.
Holy shit. That could go either way. Yeah. I know some people are like, oh, Jay Omega's got it. No, I love Isaiah. That guy can write.
Yeah, dude. They're both fantastic writers. I would say solar opposite writers as well, which is really interesting. So I think it's just going to be probably one of the most interesting fights, like, of the card.
I would agree. I really like the Barney Green Mark Wright match. Like, obviously, I think Mark Wright has a leg up on Green, even though I love Barn. I love Barn so much.
Totally, yeah.
But on that same note, I feel like if Barn, like, buckles down, I do think he could get competitive. I've seen Barney Green put out some really fantastic work.
Yeah.
I can't remember. It might have been the Second Chance Battle Royal a couple of years back. But, like, Barney dropped some great promos.
So, yeah, that's the thing. It's like, that's something I love about this game, like, quite a lot. It's like, anyone could beat anyone at any time. Like, past stuff doesn't fucking matter at all. Like, you know, you could have, like, a horrible losing streak, kind of be considered as a weak writer. And then one day, you're up against a big name, and then you can just win by surprise. Like, nobody sees it coming. And it happens all the time. So... yeah, like, Barney could just pull some gold out of nowhere and beat Matt Wright, who I agree is most likely the stronger writer.
And we've seen him do it.
Yeah, and he can do it. Yeah, it's going to be great.
Yep.
So, what's your
most anticipated...
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
What I wanted to ask was, do you think Goff can finally break the Extreme title curse against this pay-per-view?
Remind me who he's facing?
John Black.
Oh, shit. I don't know. I want to believe he can. But I don't know that he will. Like,
yeah. It's
John
a tough one.
Black, oh, God, he's such a tough cookie when he's really honed in, when he's really focused.
Mm-hmm.
And this Extreme title run has given him everything he's needed for a while, I feel.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I think Goth can break the curse. It just depends on whether or not Goth thinks that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think if Goff, like, proper, like, digs in deep and believes in himself, I do think he can definitely win it. But JB, man, fucking that handler is a wild card. You never know. Like, he could win easy. Because I always remember there was... So the handler, who was also Tommy Wish, I remember he was Extreme Champion like a couple of years ago, and he was up against a person called Rebel Star, who was a very good writer, and a lot of people were expecting Rebel Star to win handedly. And Tommy Wish two fucking solid RPs, like great RPs. Just fucking big upset there. Like, so, yeah, like, if there's anyone who can do it, it's JB.
Yep. To tie into something you were saying earlier, it's that any given Sunday appeal of what we do.
Yeah.
You know, all it takes is the right idea on the right day, on the right show,
Mm-hmm.
and you've got it.
Totally. Yeah. You're completely right. So
Uh,
excited.
my most anticipated match that isn't my own, because I'm a big fan. My most anticipated match is Dolly Dio.
Yeah, that is a great match. That's a very great match. It's something we didn't get to see in the March Madness bracket, which could have happened, and it's pretty cool that we're in the CV title scene.
Well, that's a fascinating point to bring up. That could have been a potential Final Four match.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah.
That's I didn't think of that. That's really funny. And it's proper that it's being fought for a title too.
Yeah, totally. Like, that's probably one of the better matches. I'm really looking forward to that match. But yeah, again, my most anticipated match. I mean, the Matt Flynn Bobby Bourbon rematch. Like, god damn. Like, the Mini Golf Masters Mayhem is ridiculous. I can't wait to write it. But also, it's just, oh my god, like, that match was so fucking close. It ended in DQ. It ended in a DQ. Bobby won, but Flynn retained. It's a great setup. They both got a lot of ammo for each other. Like, and it's it's 10,000 words max, so it's unlimited RPs, more or less, as long as you don't go over 10k. Which is okay. So that is the March Madness card. Very exciting, very good looking. Thank you everyone for listening to Cunt and Cook take over XWF, I guess. Another one for the good guys.
I'm so glad you said it. I was going to another podcast in the book for the good guys.
As always, I've been Cunt, aka Gator.
And I've been Cuck, aka Ned K.
And Ned, is there anything you want to say out there to the people in general or to one specific person?
You know, I've been thinking about this for a while, and I only have one thing to say. Fuck you, Comic Snicks.
Oh.